Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC. So, I put a picture of this up on my Instagram, and I put on a poll asking if I should do this build or not. And the reason I did that is because I'm not sure I could actually do it. But there's something about that shape. I've shared it before, and you guys voted on it, and everybody wanted number one for the most part. Some of you guys wanted some of the other ones, but I'm leaning towards this. So I get to make all the rules and play by the rules and break the rules. And so I'm going to do this one. So I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if it's going to turn out. It could be a major disaster. And here's why. You guys know that I don't know, this shape is going to be a little strange. I use the jig for the bevels. I think cutting it and getting it to the shape is not going to be the hard part. It's going to be the bevels. That's going to be the hardest part on this, and I might end up having to freehand the bevels, which I'm not terribly good at, but what the heck, I can try. But I'm going to set it up in the jig, and I'm going to try to do the bevels on that. I don't know how it's going to go. And then even if I do get the bevels nice, I don't even know if I'll be able to put an edge on it. I use a TS Prof sharpening system. I also have a Work Sharp precision adjust, which I might be able to get that little curve. It's not too extreme of a curve, so I might be able to get it. If it, that recurve area in a knife is a very difficult thing to sharpen because you're looking at the opposite curve of what you normally do. Normally, you would have a knife that has a knife bevel going this way, which is easier to sharpen than the opposite. So I'm going to try. We're going to see what the heck. I'm going to play with it. So I'm going to draw this out on some steel, cut it, and then shape it, and then go from there. So I'm going to take you guys along for the ride, and it could be a major disaster, or it could turn out really, really well. So let's go find out. Alright guys, so let's see how we did here. I like to match it back to the template to see how close or far away I got. It's not bad. It's pretty close. Just a little that's pretty darn good. What do you guys think? I think that's pretty close. Pretty happy with that. It kind of scares me a little bit, but oh boy, that's gonna be dangerous. that's a little dangerous. Yeah, that scares me. All right, so I don't know. I'm gonna play with this a little bit. I want to make sure that this curve is exactly where it should be, and I feel like I need to Go a little bit more right in here to smooth that out a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go play with that. All right, guys. So you see, I gotta stop saying that every time. All right, guys, I gotta stop saying that. So you see the progression of design that I go with. A lot of people do go into CAD and put it into computers. I don't know, it takes too long. I draw it, I put it into wood, and then I can make a blank. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? This thing is very kind of scary. I don't know what you would use this knife for. I mean, I can think of some things, but none of them are good. So, yeah, it's not bad. It's going to be interesting. I'd like for this to be a little smoother in here, but I'm going to work. I tell you what, I'm going to put it on the grinder a little bit and try to smooth that out just a little bit. It's a little chunky, but anyway, for just a couple minutes out here, just throwing it together, what do you guys think? And I have this scale because I was doing this on another knife and I kind of messed up on this side. So I have this scale just sitting here, and let's see. It would work. It would work. And I've already kind of got most of the work done on it. So I think I'm going to do purple. What do you guys think? So that way, when I drill the holes, which would be the next step on this thing, besides what I'm going to do here, I'm going to line up the holes on this scale. And yeah, that should work actually. Then all I got to do is make one scale to match. Half the work is done. Well, that's cool. All right. Very good, very good. All right. I got a plan. Got a plan. I'm going to stick with it. All right, guys. Okay, so don't get too upset with me on this one, but I drilled the holes and I decided I went straight into the bevels without filming it or anything. I'm sorry, but I just got a little carried away and decided I'm going for it. And I did. And it scares the heck out of me. Man, this thing is dangerous. It is dangerous. So the beveling went really well, actually, for the most part. I have a ton of cleanup to do because it is not even, that is for sure. But I'm afraid to get any thinner. So here's the honest to God's truth with you guys. I had it in the jig and things was going well. It was going well. And I started to notice that the tip was getting really thin and down by the tang was getting really, really thin. And then the middle was thick. And it still is. I got it. I know. There we go. I got it as even as possible right now. I'm going to have to hand sand a lot of this kind of smooth anyway, because you can see the differences in the grinds, but it's there. It's there, and man, this thing comes down to nothing. And this is gonna be, man, I don't know. I don't know what you would use this for. That's my problem. But there's something about that shape that is just kind of like someone said a raptor claw, like a Jurassic Park raptor, velociraptor claw or something. It's exactly what it looks like. Whoa! So, yeah, I made a sound effect. It's late and I'm starting to go crazy, but This thing is pretty scary and should be pretty interesting. Now, so I'm gonna clean all this up, hand sand it out, start getting this area looking good. The grinds aren't great on it. I got a little high up in here. This one came out. I like this little curve. This one didn't get so curved. So I got to play with all these things and kind of even it all out. But still a lot of work to do, but it's getting there, right? It's getting there. So we'll see. Still a lot of work to do. I'm going to start cleaning all this up. Oh, man. So after some hand sanding, it's coming out. This thing is scares me. Now I gotta come up with a name for it, like the talon, the claw. I don't like the claw. I feel like that's too easy. The talon is cool. I don't know. Fang. I don't know. One thing I noticed though, that tip is very thin, so I have to be careful not to bend it. That sucker is thin, so I'm fairly happy with the heat treat or the hand sanding. I want to do a little bit of finishing touches, but quite honestly, I want to get it heat treated because it gets so thin and so tiny at the tip that thing moves. It's kind of bending. And you can see it has a little bend, so I have to straighten it out before I heat treat it. And I'm hoping after heat treat it doesn't get all wonky. That's not going to be fun to straighten out. So we'll see. Yeah, there you go. That's a little straighter. But you can see how thin I got it. Because obviously I want this thing to be a slicer. And I think it will be. What do you guys think? So anyway, the next step is heat treat and then clean it up. And then I think the purple didn't work out. So the purple scale is not going to work out. So I'm going to go with a different color for this one. Nothing crazy. This was just a fun project. I was just seeing if I could even do it. I honestly didn't think I'd get this far. I thought I would fail in the bevels, which they're not perfect. Listen, they're really not perfect, but it's not looking bad. I'm still confused on what this knife would even be used for, but that's up to whoever ends up buying it, I guess, or maybe I'll just keep it around just to show off, but I don't know. I think I know what handle material I'm going to go with, and then we're going to go from there, but that will be on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Leave a comment, like. It does help the channel. Or not. That choice is yours.